Resume recording. Okay. So in the previous class, we have gone through the memory organization of 8051. Okay. And that is a RAM memory organization. Here, it has been divided into 32-bit byte size, register bank and stack memory, 16 bytes of bit addressable memory which can be read and which can be written individual bit, not as a complete byte. Okay, then 80 bytes of a scratch pad, that means a byte accessible memory with total of 80 bytes. Okay, where we can read or write any data at any time. Okay, then so this is what we have gone through when it has been divided into uh, four banks. Only the 32 bytes, first 32 byte. So that 32 byte is divided into four 8 bytes. Okay, 8 plus 8 plus 8 and 8. So total 32 bytes. And this 8 byte is having 8 registers. It means one register is having 1 byte memory size, and each register is having address 00H, and these registers are again repeated in the next bank, that is bank 1. So this is going to be bank 0, bank 0, bank 1. Here also all these R0 to R7 are repeated, but the memory address is different. 08 to 0F, that is 08, 09, 0A, 0B, 0C, 0D, 0E and 0F. Okay, then again this R0 to R7 are again repeated in bank 2 as well as bank 3, but according to the memory location, the memory address is going to be different. The name is same, but memory address is different. Okay, so that we have cleared in the previous class, and then we are about to go for the next slide. Yeah, this one. Yeah, as here we can see that the register names are remaining same, R0 to R7, R0 to R7 in bank 1, R0 to R7 in bank 2, R0 to R7 in bank 3, but depending upon that bank, the memory address is also different. Here the names are same, but memory addresses are different. 0 to 7, 8 to F, 10, 10 to 17, 18 to 1F. Okay, that was 32 byte. Then we were talking about a stack pointer, right? Okay, let us go here. Okay, we were talking about the register A and the register B and the register SP. So SP is stack pointer, which is holding the uh, starting address of uh, initial address of stack memory. Okay, and also we have discussed what is a stack memory. Then we have seen what is the function of accumulator. A register is accumulator register, B register is base register. Okay, so basically accumulator register is used in all the arithmetic and logical instructions, and always a register will hold the result, not the other register R0, R1, R2. Not that whenever arithmetic and logical instruction is being executed, then always A will be holding the result, so that we after collecting the result into A register, we can easily write that value, that result into the data memory. Directly writing into the memory is slow, that is why we are using A register over here. Okay, Then B register is also a general purpose register, as well as it is used in multiplication and division instructions. So whenever I'm doing an operation of multiplication and division, then A register and B registers, only these two registers are used. They are going to hold the data, and whatever the process is going to be done, that is only upon A and B. I cannot use R0 to R7 when I am executing arithmetic and multiplication and division instructions. That we have seen, SP we have seen. Then we have discussed about a PC program counter, which is a 16-bit register, and also DPTR. So where DPTR is divided into 8-bit and 8-bit. The lower 8 bits are called as DPL, data pointer low, and higher uh, byte is called as high data pointer. Okay, and this is basically used to access, to point the data inside the external memory. Whenever we are accessing the data from the memory, then this data pointer is pointing that particular data. Okay, that we have discussed. And then stack memory we have discussed some, with some example is there. So what is actually the stack? Stack is a section of RAM that is used by CPU to store information temporarily, that we have discussed, correct? Registers and stack memory is used to store the data for temporary purpose. Then then okay, and that also, it can be data or it can be address. I can save the address in the stack memory. Okay, so where I have a stack memory, I have 08 to 1F, 08 to 1F. This is a by default stack memory. Okay, and what will be the stack pointer initial value? Stack pointer register initial value is going to be 07 07H, right? Then the register used to access stack is called stack pointer. Yes, to access this stack memory, so the register is used, that is stack pointer register. Okay, okay, we are working upon 8051, and that is having 8-bit data, 8-bit size. The stack pointer register is having 8-bit size, and the default value in stack pointer, that is the initial value of the stack pointer, is going to be always 07H. So that is RAM location 08H is the first location used by stack. That is, this stack is going to be started from 08H. 00 to 07H are used for general purpose registers, and 08 to 1F, either it can be used as a register or also it can be used as a stack memory. Okay, the starting address of the stack memory is going to be 08H, and the starting initial value of stack pointer register is always 07H. That is important here, 07H and 08H. Then register bank 1. So that is what, when it starts from 08H, that is going to be the bank 1, no? So that is why the default stack memory, register bank 1 is the default stack memory. Location 08H to 1FH in 8051 RAM can be used for stack. So as I said here, 08H to 1FH. 08H to 1FH can be used as stack memory. So if in given program we need to need more than 24 bytes, that is more than this 08 to 1FH. only I have this is by default. If I want more stack memory than this 24 bytes, then I can change the value of SP in terms of 30 to 7FH. 30 to 7FH. So total here 32 plus 8, 40 bytes will be up to this 40 bytes, and from 40 to here it is how much 80 88. Okay, 88 up to this is 88 bytes. So extra 88 bytes can be used for stack also. Okay, so how I can do that? By using this move sp comma hash ram address. So this instruction explanation, all the things we will see in the next module, instruction module. Okay, hope this stack is been understood. Is it okay? Whether it's been understood? Stack memory and basic registers, and also basic registers. All these basic registers, right? Only two registers are there, which are 16-bit register, and all other registers are 8-bit registers. So here it's been written, the definition is been written, you just go through it. Then, yes, understood. Okay, so then we have one more register here. I think in the computer organization you have come across this. We have one more register here. Right, so that basically that register is used to update whenever any arithmetic and logical operations are executed, then this register is going to be updated. This register is going to be updated. Yeah, I will send this. I will send this presentation PPT. Okay, in the group later on. Fine. Thank you for reminding. So we have one more register which is called as PSW. PSW stands for Program Status Register. Program. Have you gone through this register PSW? Have you gone through this in computer organization? Okay, no. Fine. So we have one more register here, PSW, Program Status Register. So whenever I am executing any of the program, the status of the program is going to be updated in one register. Okay, whenever I am executing a program, the status of the current status of that program, okay, the current status of that program is going to be indicated, is going to be updated by one register, and that register is called as PSW, Program Status Word. Program Status Word register, PSW, Program Status Word. Okay, so what are the things it is going to indicate? What are the status it is going to tell us of the program? That is, so basically it is 8-bit register. Basically it is 8-bit register. PSW, Program Status Word, is a 8-bit register which is going to update different flags, different flags, different flags. What are those flags? What is this flag? So flag is a particular status of any instruction. Flag is a particular status. So whenever this flag is raised, then depending upon the flag, I can execute some other instruction. Status in, status out. What is status in, status out? Sumaya? Status in, status out flags. You have studied in CO? Okay, fine. Okay, so you might have studied it as a status in and status out register, but here it is called as PSW, program status word. Okay, it is having some of the flags, and these flags are used to tell the status of one instruction. Okay, whenever arithmetic and logical instruction is being executed, these flags are going to be affected. In what terms, what are those flags and how it is going to be affected? Let us see that. So basically, uh, we have, okay, I'll come from left to right. Bit 7 is the MSB, which is CY, which is called as CY. Carry flag, which is called as carry flag. I think so you have all come across these uh, flags in CO, right? You know the operation also. So what is when the carry flag is equal to 1? When the CY carry flag is equal to be 1. No one knows? Okay. See, first of all, carry flag. Bit number 7. Bit 7. Okay. So this is a carry flag. It is equal to be 1 whenever there is a carry out from D7 bit. Whenever there is a carry out from D7 bit. What is D7 bit? Say for an example, see here, 9C plus 64. Okay, I am what I am doing here, I am adding one instruction is there, hit this one. First, copy the value of 9C into A, move the content 9C H into A register, and add. See, there is a arithmetic instruction, addition. Then during arithmetic and logical instruction, I have to use A register. I have to use A register. And A register always holds the result during arithmetic and logical instructions. So always if I'm executing any instruction, that instruction, whenever it is being executed, the result is always stored in the first operand. Okay, so 64. Now what is happening here? Addition of the content 64H plus the content of A register. What is the content of A register? The content of A register is 9CH. H is a hexadecimal, okay? H is representing the hexadecimal number. So 9C is there, 64 is there. So what is happening? 64 is adding with 9C, and again the result is storing back into the first operand, that is into the A register only. The instruction explanation we will do in the next module, but here for an example I am telling you that now what is happening, the 64H is adding up with 9CH, and the result is going to be stored into the A register. Now let us see what will happen when an arithmetic instruction is being executed here, and what will happen to the PSW register. Say what we have seen here, carry flag is equal to 1 whenever there is a carry out from D7 bit. So whenever I am adding or whenever I am doing a arithmetic and logical operation on some data, always denote this is a data 0, that is LSB, and this is D7. However, every time I am going to perform any of the operation upon the data, and that data is always from D0 to D7. Okay, so here whenever there is a carry, out from whenever there is a carry out from D7 bit, what is D7 bit? D7 bit is 1 plus 0. Okay, D7 bit is 1 plus 0, but 1 plus 0 is going to be 0, no? 1 plus 0 is going to be 0 here. One plus 0 is 0. No, it is not like that. So whenever I'm performing an addition, then it will be like from D0 to D7. So add from D0 to D7. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is again 0. We know the half adder, correct? It is like same. 1 plus 1. What is 1 plus 1? It is 2. 2 means 0, carry 1 here. Then again 1 plus 1. Again it is 2. 2 means 0, carry 1 here. Now again 1 plus 1. It is 2. So 0, carry 1. Now again 0 plus 1 plus 1. So it means total again it is 2. 2 stands for again 0 and carry 1. So now here 0 plus 1 plus 1. Again it is 2. 2 means 0 and carry 1. Now 1 plus 1 is again 2. 2 means 0. Then again carry. See that the D7 bit is 1 plus 0 plus 1. So it will be 2. 0 here and carry 1. What I am getting is after D7 bit, I am getting a carry. That is why Cy is equal to be 1. Cy will automatically equal to 1. Why? Because there is a carry out from D7 bit. Out of D7 bit. Okay. So since there is a carry beyond D7 bit, that is why Cy is equal to be 1. And again, okay. Is it understood, Cy? Then bit sum 0 carry 1. Yeah. Then bit number 6. Bit number 6 is AC, which is called as auxiliary auxiliary carry flag. Auxiliary carry flag. See that? Okay, see that? What is auxiliary carry flag? If there is a carry from D3 to D4, see, there should be a carry generated whenever the addition of D3. Okay, the D3 bit is going to be added and there should be a carry generated from D3 to D4. Then only AC is going to be updated. AC is equal to be 1. Now AC is equal to 0. How it is equal to 0? Let us check. Whether there is a carry. What is the D3 here? This is D0. This is D1. This is D2. And this is D3. And this is D4. Now let us calculate. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 1 is 0. Carry 1. And 1 plus 1 is 0. Carry 1. Is there carry from third bit to fourth bit? Yes. There is a carry from third bit to fourth bit. That is okay. So here it is 0. It is not written as it should be written as 1. So here AC auxiliary carry flag is equal to 1 automatically. We are not updating. The instruction is updating these flags. Okay. So we are coming to know that whenever AC is equal to B1, then whenever AC is equal to B1, then there is a carry from D3 to D4. And whenever CY is equal to 1, we should understand that there is a carry out of D7 bit. There is a carry out of D7 bit. Okay. Okay. Hope it has been understood. Time is less, but still we will continue. We have class timings. We'll continue in second session. Now, what we have after that? So after that we have F0. This F0 is not meant for any flag. It is reserved or it is user dependent. It is user dependent. I can make any flag over here. Okay. It is not used. Then what I have? Okay. RS1, RS2 I will come later. I will go for overflow flag. OV stands for overflow flag. Bit 2. OV stands for right here, OV. So here OV stands for, and there is a P also that we will see, overflow flag. So basically this flag is going to be set or reset depending upon the result of signed numbers, result of signed operations. That means we know that what is an integer number and what is a signed and unsigned number. Okay, unsigned number is there is no sign for that. Always the number is going to be a positive number from 0 to the many things. Then signed number is nothing but it is having a positive sign as well as a negative sign for a number. Okay. So whenever signed operations are executed, then to mention the number is too large, that is it is crossing the range, causing the high order bit to overflow into the sign bit. So it is used only to detect errors in the signed arithmetic operations. say how it is going to be how it is going to be updated means, whenever, see, when I have the maximum capability to operate on 8 bits. Okay, so 8 bit means 2 raised to 8. What is 2 raised to 8? It is 256. Okay, so if it is 256, what is unsigned number? From where to where the unsigned number ranges? The unsigned number ranges from 0 to 255. 0 to 255. So this is unsigned number. Then if how a signed number is going to be mentioned, it means from plus 127 to 0, so total 128, to minus 128. So total how many numbers here? Plus 127 to 0 and to 1 minus 128. This is negative numbers, and these are okay. 0 can be considered as a positive number, but still it can be considered as a both. So now what is happening? Total here it is 127 plus 1, 128, and plus 128. So total 256. Okay. So these are signed numbers. So whenever the result is crossing 100 plus 127, whenever the positive number and positive number is being added, so that number is going to cross 127, because the maximum range is 127. And if the result is crossing 127, then overflow flag is going to be equal to 1. Here also, in terms of a negative number, um, if the number is crossing minus 128 and it is showing a positive number, then that is a error number. It means the overflow flag is going to be equal to 1. So whenever it is crossing minus 128, right? Hope it is been understood what is overflow flag. Now parity flag. See now parity flag. The parity flag is used to represent the number of ones in the result in the accumulator register. It is going to check only the accumulator register over here. Okay. Okay, rejoin for the class again. Later on, I will take the attendance as well as I will finish this PSW.